this is As Mohammad Khan and I welcome you with today's segment student. Today we are starting a new chapter, chapter 14, and it is related to respiration in plants. Yes student, respiration is the important biochemical process, and with the help of that all the living organisms get the energy. Like this process is also found in the plants, and with the help of that they get the energy. As you have read in the chapter 13 about the photosynthesis. So with the help of the photosynthesis, plants make their food, but that food is utilized in some plants with the help of this process, means with the help of respiration student. Now what is respiration? Respiration is oxidation of food, and in the oxidation of the food student, the energy is released, and that energy is stored in the form of ATP. And as you know that ATP is known as the currency of cell, means adenosine triphosphate is also known as currency of cell, and that energy is used by the living organism for many vital activities like growth, development, to protection from the diseases. So it is used for the many purposes. So what is respiration student? It is the process by which all the living organisms take oxygen and release carbon dioxide to get the energy is known as respiration. So it is the important process that is found in all the living organisms. Now we come in the respiration in plant student. What is respiration in plants? Means the plants make their food with the help of photosynthesis, but that food is utilized in some plants with the help of oxygen, and that process takes place in day and night, means it does not require sunlight. And the student, what is respiration? In the respiration, this is the end product of the photosynthesis, that is known as glucose. It is oxidized with the help of oxygen, and in this process carbon dioxide, water and the energy is released. Now it is differ from the animal respiration student. Now we will discuss about the difference in between the plant respiration and the animal respiration. So student, now we will discuss about the difference in between plant respiration and animal respiration. In the plant student, breathing does not occur. What is breathing student? Inhalation and the exhalation of the gases together is known as breathing. So breathing is not found in the case of plants, but it is found in the animals. Means animals, generally the higher living organisms like mammals, what they do, they have the breathing. They have the breathing for respiration student. Next is it takes place through stomata, means the respiration takes place through the stomata, means the small tiny pores that are found in the leaves. With the help of that, the respiration takes place in the plants. But in the animals, it takes place with the help of nose, mouth and lungs student. With the help of the organs it takes place. Next is in some plants, oxygen is not required, means they don't need oxygen for the respiration student. But in animals, oxygen is always required. Only it is not required in the case of muscle student, because in the muscles the lactose is found, and that lactose is converted into lactic acid in the absence of oxygen or in the lack of oxygen. So in animals, oxygen is always required, but muscle is exception in this. Next is in some plants CO2 is not released, means it is utilized for photosynthesis. But in the case of the animal student, CO2 is released, carbon dioxide is released. Only in this, the muscles are the exception that do not release the carbon dioxide, because lactose is directly converted into lactic acid, and in that process the 2 ATP energy is released. And student, when the food is oxidized, then it forms the energy, and that energy is formed in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and that ATP is stored in the muscles, or in the cells, student. Next is importance of respiration, means importance of respiration in plants. With the help of respiration, students, plants have the energy, means they release the energy, and that energy is utilized for the different vital activities. With this, student, respiration also activate the meristematic tissue. What is the meristematic tissue, student? Generally, at the apical lateral sides of the plant, there is one tissue is found that helps the plant in growth. So that tissue is known as meristematic tissue, and that meristematic tissue becomes active due to the respiration, student. Next is complex substances are converted into simpler substances with the help of respiration, student. So it is the most important process. With this, there are the various end products are formed with the help of respiration, like the carbon dioxide, water, and with this there are some other products are also produced in between, student, and that products are utilized for the different purposes. So it is the importance of respiration, student. Now we discuss about the respiratory substrate. So what is the respiratory substrate, student? These are the substances that are utilized to release the energy with the help of respiration, are known as respiratory substrate, student. Respiratory substrate examples are carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is the main example of respiratory substrate in the case of plant, student, from which they get the energy. Second is protein. Protein is also considered as respiratory substrate, student. After protein, fat. So carbohydrate, protein and fat are known as respiratory substrate, and with the help of that, the plants or the animals get the energy. With the help of which process, student? With the help of respiration. That's why these substances are known as respiratory substrate. So it is about the introduction of respiration, difference of the respiration, plant respiration and the animal respiration, student. Now you will learn it, and you will also read it and try to cover these topics. In the next segment, we will discuss about the types of respiration. So thank you very much and have a nice day.